now that we kind of explained to everybody why we're different, what we're doing, you understand the story at Limu, probably everybody wants to know is comp plan. Everybody wants to talk about comp plan. You're here, most of you here, you love products, but at the same time you want to make money. And one of the things that I want to talk about, but first, is the thing that I think is the most important part of a comp plan. And you know, when you look at a comp plan, like this is our comp plan, everybody can see it. All right, it's just got, what does it have on it? There's a bunch of numbers, percentages, right? Everybody talks about their comp plan. I get phone calls all the time, and I love people who put me on a call with somebody and they said, okay, so tell me about your comp plan. Well, if that's the first question coming out of your mouth, I know for a fact that you're probably not that big of a deal in the industry. Because most people don't ask that question. Most people get on the phone and they say, well, what's the percentage of payout of your comp plan? And I'm like, I don't know. I do know, but I say to them, I don't know. What they just told me is they don't understand what really builds a business in this industry. And so when you look at comp plans, it's not about the percentages on the paper. That's not what's important. It's not about the upfront money versus the residual money. It's not about the long-term, you know, leadership bonuses and in-depth money. What is important about a comp plan is the behavior that the comp plan drives. It is the only thing that is important. I mean, think about it this way, in its simplest format. If you just imagine this, I get somebody on the phone and they call me up and they say, you know what, my comp plan pays out 53%. What does your comp plan pay out? And this is just an example. Well, my comp plan pays out 50%. Well, mine's better. I mean, I've had them do that. And I said, really, it is? And I said, let's think about that just for a second. If behavior is really what you're trying to drive in comp plan, yours pays out 53, mine pays out 50. Yours is better in a percentage standpoint as you say it. All right, but now let me ask you this. If I have 100,000 people that just came into my comp plan and you have 100, whose comp plan's better? That is the key to a comp plan, guys. All right? If you have a comp plan and it could pay out 80%, but if only 10 people join your company, is it worth anything? No. That's the most important part of the industry. That's what people forget. So as you're talking to people, network marketers, you know, the one thing that I always tell them is, guys, it doesn't matter. What matters is what the behavior of the comp plan is. And when I say behavior, I mean it two ways. One, does it drive growth in your company? And then number two, does it drive the behavior of the leaders in your company? And if it does that, then you are successful. If those two things are achieved, then you've got a successful comp plan. Because listen, guys, I mean, everybody has a comp plan. Some of them may pay out 50, 60, 70, 80, 20, 10. Who cares? The only thing that matters is, can I attract a new person into my business and get them paid, whatever the comp plan is. And, you know, the key to ours, and I think the most important part about ours, is that, in my opinion, we have one of the most lucrative compensation plans for not only upfront money, but as well as long-term growth and stability. We have one of the best comp plans out there, by far. We've proven it over the last 30, 60, 90 days. As new growth has come into the company, we're growing like crazy. Month over month, last month numbers, company grew 70% since we launched the challenge. Since we launched the Limu Experience, the company grew 70% in 1 month. So if I'm thinking about behavior, the comp plan becomes important only because what? We grew the company that much in that period of time. We brought those new people in, which means people are getting paid because we are moving product through the system. And so that was the most important part about a comp plan. Everybody talks about them. It doesn't matter, guys, what they are, who they are. You know, when you get people on the phone, just go through the common sense standpoint. That's great. You wouldn't be on the phone with me if your comp plan and company were doing great. I always have that same conversation. You couldn't get me on the phone. You could not get me on the phone with a network marketing company or any company if I'm having success in my company. What would motivate me to change? Nothing. The reason people are looking is because something isn't happening as well as they think it is. They're going to pretend it is. All right? It's called network marketing math. All right, how many of you have heard this? Well, I had 10,000 people join my business last month. No, they had 4,000. They're just rounding up. It's called network marketing math. I made 10 grand a month. No, they didn't. They made 6, and they round up. We all do that. The next few minutes, I am not going to do network marketing math. We don't round up here. There's no reason to. One of the things, and I think the things that's driving our success is, quite honestly, we just don't care. We got to a point where we don't care. I don't care what other companies are doing. I don't care what other network marketers are doing. I don't care who's recruiting who's moving to who paid who to do what. None of that matters, guys. What's driving our success is we figured out that we have the next generation of models. We've introduced a dynamic comp plan that drives behavior, and we simply put the blinders on and we're doing what we do. And the cool thing about it is it's working. So I don't care what company A, B, C, and D is doing. I don't need to mimic them. I just need to know what my deal is and how to go run my deal. And that was really the cool thing about it. And so as we go through the comp plan, I'm just going to kind of give it to you in the basics. There's multiple ways to get paid here. All right, there's fast start money, there's residual money, there's car bonuses. But conceptually, here's what we did. We said in our compensation plan, what we want to do is we want to reward people in order to keep them in the business. And so think about it this way. As you guys are coming in, you're all leaders. Most compensation plans have all the upside, all the rewards at the top of the comp plan, right? For the leaders. The leaders drive the brand new car. The leaders get all the bonuses, right? Well, the problem with that is if you're looking to go out and build a company and you're wanting to make $20, $30, $40 million a year, this may not be the right place for you. That was not our mission in life. Remember, my goal was not to come in here and spend 3 or 4 years building a company and then have it nosedive. I want to build a foundation and a platform that allows us over a long period of time to have success. So in order to do that, we took our compensation plan and we brought a majority of it up to the front of the comp plan. So it's kind of almost in a mindset, 30% or 33% of it in the front, 33 in the middle, and 33 on the back end. Those numbers aren't exact, but you'll understand what I'm saying. We brought Fast Start money up into the front of it. We brought the car program up into the front of it. Why? Why do you bring the car program into the front of it? Exactly. There's 2 things that you're doing there. Number one, if you can bring it to the front, all of a sudden, and you can put somebody in a car, think about it this way. All right, most people in the industry do this what? Part-time, right? And so they've got to get in their vehicle every day and they've got to drive to work. And then at the end of the day, they've got to drive home. Well, they lose sight of the whole, I got in this on a part-time basis to make some money because they get caught up in life going back and forth. Well, all of a sudden, if I could get that part-time person into a car early in their business here, think about it this way. They've got to leave, go out of their house, get in their car, which is their Limu car, all right? Drive to work, hate work all day, struggle work all day, but get out. And when they get out of work, they get back into their part-time Limu business. And so I could keep their mindset in the game as they were going back and forth and transition through life. The other thing is, if I could get somebody in a car on a part-time basis who had never been successful in the industry, it became a sales tool for them. Think about that. If you're in your neighborhood and all of a sudden, you know everybody in your neighborhood, you kind of know their incomes, you know they're struggling, you know they got all these stuff going on. But if you could take somebody in that neighborhood who could never buy a new black BMW or get into a black BMW, and all of a sudden there's a black BMW sitting in the driveway. Mom's driving a black BMW. What kind of conversation does that create for her? Not only does it create, but now all of a sudden, think about it this way. If they weren't sure they could do this business, and they're kind of shy about talking about it, now all of a sudden we're getting them paid. We've put them. They've earned a BMW, and they're driving it. Where does their confidence level go? On the other hand, you got the old companies that give the cars away at the end of the deal to the leaders in the company, who by the time they get the car, they've already bought the car. All right, or they can afford to buy the car. And so it just didn't make any sense. So that's kind of our whole deal, is we moved that up to the front of the comp plan. So let's just talk about real quick how we get started and how we get paid inside the Limu compensation plan, because it's so different than anything you guys have probably ever seen. So there's two ways to get started, and then we're going to get into the piece of the compensation plan. People coming into the business, they can either come in as a customer or they come in as a promoter. And we use the word promoter for a reason, and I'll explain it later. But as a customer, you're simply buying the product. All right? You're simply trying the product. It's like going to the local Walmart and buying whatever it is you buy there. Same thing here. And there's three options for them to come in at. And all that does, it just gives them more of the product depending on the options. Option number one is $60. $60 is going to buy them product. Now, they can buy any of our products. This is a little bigger tent opportunity, so there's multiple products. But when you're thinking about it in two ways, attracting customers is how you can grow the business in a non-traditional format. But attracting customers, the reason we do that in our mindset is because we want our product for free. Customers can come in and they can buy any of the products that we have. Doesn't matter if you're talking about the Blue Frog energy drink, the Limu Original, the Limu Lean. They can buy any of those. But to get the product for free, they're buying one of three packages that we have, and that is the Limu Original. So there's a $60 package, which means 2 bottles. There's a $95 package, which means there's some shots and some bottles, and then there's $120, which is 4 bottles. So that's the way you're going to come in as a customer. The other side of the deal is to be a promoter. And to be a promoter, you know, we really give people 3 choices when you become a promoter. And the first, the best choice, in my opinion, is the $4.99 or the $9.99 kits. And I'll explain to you that we do have another kit. It's like $135, and that gets somebody in the business. But there's some participation rules as to the BMW program and some of the bonus money that doesn't allow them to participate at that level. And so what we're looking at is if you're coming in at a $4.99 kit or a $9.99 kit, the only difference there is $9.99 you're getting more product, you're getting more marketing materials, you're getting more of everything. $4.99 kit, you're getting enough of each one of the products, the Blue Frog, the Limu Original, the shots, and the meal replacement Limu Lean. You're getting enough of that stuff to get yourself started. Plus you're getting all kinds of marketing literature and marketing materials. So that's the kind of the ways to come into the business. All right, all we're going to do is talk about the comp plan. We talked about the behavior of the comp plan. Now I'm going to talk about some specifics of the comp plan and kind of run you through the ranks. We're going to do this fast and kind of a high level, and then at the end of it, there's part of the compensation plan that drives a whole different kind of behavior of the leadership. And I'll go through that real quick, and then we'll wrap this thing up. But just real quick, out of the gate, we talked about percentages. All I'm going to share with you kind of is the different components of our compensation plan. So first component is the first order bonuses. What that really means is anybody that comes into the business, and let's say they get started on a $4.99 kit, and they decide that not only do they want the $4.99 kit, but they want some extra product to use as promotion. All right? So what that first order bonus is that pays them, or that pays you for that extra product outside of the kit compensation plan. And to give you some idea real quick on the levels of that payout, it's pretty simple. Level 1, the enroller, you're going to get paid 25%. It's up here, it's even easier for you guys to see. 25%. Level 2, 10%. Then levels 3 through 6, you're going to get paid 5%. And so multiple levels based on first order product bonus payout. The second thing is the experience kit or customer payouts. All right? That first part was first order bonus. That's a new promoter comes into the business. Additional product above and beyond the $135, the $4.99, or the $9.99. All right? The second part of it is the experience kits. What's the experience kit? It's somebody wanting to get on the Limu experience. The $60 kit up to the $120 kit. You're going to get paid a percentage of those kits. So the cool thing about it is, why that's important to you is because in most network marketing companies, you're trying to convert people to distributors. In our company, we don't care. We want customers and promoters. And so we compensate you for those people coming in on the 90-day Limu experience. And it's real simple. Same kind of deal. All right? The enroller is going to get paid 25%. So for you, if somebody comes in and they buy an experience kit and it's $120, as the enroller, you get paid 25% of that money. The second part of that is 10% on the second level, and then 5% through the next 6 levels. So real simple. Somebody comes in and they pay $120 and they join the experience. First level gets 25%. Second level gets 10%. Third level gets 5%. All the way to level 6, 5%. So 25% of 120 is? Approximately $35. That is paid when? In our business. Monthly. Okay? The initial first order bonus is paid weekly. All right? The experience kits are paid monthly as part of our deal. Let's go into the fast track bonuses. And this is when a new promoter comes into the business. And there's really 3 ways to come into the business. We kind of talk about that. The majority of people that are going to come into your business are going to come in, if they're coming in as a promoter, they've already seen the value. They've either come from the experience side or they're coming from the industry and they understand, number 1, they need product, number 2, they need materials to go sell. So there's 2 ways to come into that. In my opinion, and this is what we train, there's $4.99 and there's a $9.99 package. There is another package which we talked about a little earlier in the training. But if somebody comes in as a promoter, and we're just going to talk about our ranks. If I'm a member to a 2K, in other words, I'm just getting started new in the business, and I sign up a new promoter, okay, I'm going to get paid $50. And then it just incrementally increases up through the comp plan. You can see that a 5K is going to pay $100, 200K is $130, up until a 200K, where on the $4.99 pack, it's going to pay out how much? Many of you have already looked at it. $180. Okay? And so there's just a spread there. Everybody gets that. $9.99 is a little different. Same thing, though. If you're an M to a 2K, it's $100 all the way up through how much? $360. Exactly. And there's a spread in there depending on it, if you're a 2K, a 5K, or whatever the case may be. All right? So real simple. And then there's a generational kind of override piece to that business. So for example, if you're a 20K and you're getting paid for a new promoter $130, well, when somebody else comes into your business and they become a 20K, all right, so they kind of taken over that piece of it and they sponsor somebody, they're getting paid the $130K, you're getting paid a $15 override. And those overrides go out through the 200K level. It's just a second generation override. You guys kind of know how those work and understand those real clearly. So now we've talked about 3 of the pieces of our puzzle. Let's talk about the car program. All right, and how do you get people to the car program before we get into the residual side of the business? The car program is really simple, guys. We moved it on the front of the comp plan, and we already told you why. It takes 20K to be qualified for a car. Remember, in our business, there is a 60-40 rule. There are not leg rules. There's not team rules. 60% of the volume can be counted out of one leg. The balance of the volume can come out of any other team. It can come out of your waiting rooms, and it can be a part of your personal volume. And I'm going to get into waiting rooms in just a minute. Okay? So in a 60-40 rule, car program, 20Ks on one side, how much is that? 12,000 and 8,000. So 12,000 volume comes out of one side, the other side is. Most people can't get their brains wrapped around that. And see, between the time that you come into the business and you get to the car program, we have a couple different pieces of that puzzle. One of them is, and this is really important, because you got to remember there are stages to the car. So how do we come in the business? You're a member, you get qualified on AutoShip, and then you begin to build your business. The next piece of our puzzle is called 2K VIP. All right? 2K VIP. Why is a 2K VIP important? You get paid an extra $200. What is it? Well, if you can get $2,000 in volume in your business in your first 30 days, you become a 2K VIP and qualify for an extra $200 bonus. The next position that's important to talk about is a 5K VIP. If you can get to 5K VIP in the same 30 days, it's an extra $100 for a total of $300 if you become a 5K VIP. Now, here's what we train people to do. Listen to this, because this is just, again, psychology. This is a 30-day process. As leaders in the business, we know that the core of the business, if you're going to get somebody to hang around long enough to be successful, we have to get them here, 2K VIP. It is the most important step inside of getting our business started. What's 2K? It's you, $4.99, plus 3 other people at $4.99. That's 2K in volume. All right, how do I get somebody there? And why do I want to do it in 30 days? Because they get paid some extra money, an extra $200. All right? So our plan is a little different. We go out and we teach 2K VIP in 7 days. Simple psychology behind 7 days. What is it? Get paid in a week, but here's the cool thing about it. If they don't make it in the first 7 days, you've got 3 more chances. See, in most companies, people wrap their brain around, well, 30 days, and the leaders start looking at their reports about day 25, and it's like, okay, who can I help get the 2K VIP in the last 5 days? Well, that may be too late. So if the mindset's built around, let's get them to 2K VIP in 7 days, and they don't make it, guys, you got 3 more chances. All right? So that's an important part of our plan. 2K VIP, we're kind of a rallying cry that we'll begin to really talk about. So now to get promoted into a car, think about it this way. How do you get somebody qualified for a car? If the goal is 2K VIP in 7 days, how many 2K VIPs does it take to get to a car? 10 people. 10 people at 2K is what? 20. 20K. It's a car. People can wrap their brains around that. People can't wrap their brains around, I got to go out and get $20,000 in volume or $20,000 in PV. Okay? They can't get their brain wrapped around that. But if you could tell them, hey, 2,000 in volume, what is that? You and 3 other people. VIP, do it in 30 days, get paid an extra $200. Do that 10 times with 10 people. What are you? Car qualified. Think about that. Car qualified. Everybody get it? Kind of simple. Makes it real easy. Why do we do that? Why do we make that simple? Keep people in the game. Keep people in the game. The average person, nobody, no network marketer, most of us don't even understand comp plans. We don't understand the dynamics behind them. 8 levels, 5%, 3% of this, 2% on Tuesday if it's not raining. You know, it's just mind-numbing to people. So if you take the average person and say, listen, we want to recoup your investment and get you started. 2K VIP. You've made some money by getting there. You've got an extra $200 bonus. And if you can do that with 10 people, all of a sudden now you put somebody in a brand new BMW. That simple. All right, so let's just finish up kind of the pieces of it, and then I'm going to show you guys what makes it go fast and what makes it different. So, you know, one of the big promoting tools, and we talked about it a bunch of times throughout the day, is, you know, the Ultimate Car program at Limu. It's a black BMW. It could be new BMW, used BMW. It has to be, you know, fairly new, guys. But what the company will do is once you qualify at 20K in volume, remember the 60-40 rule, then you get to participate in the program. The company will send you $600 a month for you to go out, lease, buy, however you want to get your BMW. Now, here's the cool thing about it, and I think this is kind of, again, showing the fiscal financial responsibility of the company. What we ended up doing is some people are going to qualify for the BMW before they actually go out and buy it. For whatever reason, they're not ready to buy it. They're not sure they want to buy it. For, you know, in today's credit crisis, a lot of people may not be able to buy it right away. But the company wants to recognize the achievement, and that's important. So they're going to give you $300 in cash up until that point where you go out and get the BMW. And so you can use that $300 in cash for whatever. Pay your existing car, go put some new tires on it, put it away for the kids' college education. But that's a nice thing to say, because for a lot of people, I know a lot of companies, it's that fake it till you make it. You know, they go out and buy the cars and the watches and all that stuff before they really can afford to do it. And here you get the opportunity to still reward the new person while they're making sure that this is the right place, their business is going to grow, and then when they step up to that, the company's going to send them $600 a month. How do you get there? 20K in volume. Again, everything in our business is just volume-based. Real simple. All right? So that's the cool thing about it. And again, how do you get there? The easiest way to talk about getting there, get somebody to 2K VIP. Get 10 people to do the same thing? Where are you? Car qualified. All right, so let's go through the last couple pieces, and then we're going to talk about what makes the thing go fast. Another part of our comp plan, which is really cool, is that it's one thing to get paid all the residual bonuses, and there's some fast start money up there, but as you go through the different rank levels, there's also cash bonuses that are paid when you achieve certain ranks inside of our company. And to give you some idea, when you become 100K, again, 100K just means 100,000 volume going through your business. That's going to get you a $10,000 cash bonus. At 200K, it gets you a $20,000 cash bonus. At 500K, $100,000 cash bonus. And at $1 million in volume, you get $250,000 in cash. There's qualifications for each one of those, but the cool thing about it is you're putting cash in people's hands as they reach certain ranks. That's just, another part of the 8 pieces of our compensation plan. Another one that I like a lot, and which a lot of people don't really pay attention to, and I'm just making sure I don't miss anything in our little deal here, is we have global leadership bonus pools as well. What that means is, once you reach the rank of 100K, remember 100K because that's really the key to unlocking the whole comp plan. All right, there is a leadership depth bonus, so to speak, or a leadership bonus. At 100K and 200K, the company takes 1% of the total global volume of the company, and then it distributes that pro rata based on your volume in the first 8 levels of your unilevel comp plan. It's like saying, I'm going to take 1% of the global volume, and I'm going to pay out a piece of that on a monthly basis based on your volume inside your business. So when you're 100K and a 200K, you get to participate in a pool. The pool is made up of 1% of the global volume. It's just an extra bonus when you reach those 2 levels. Then when you get to 500K, same thing again. There's another 1% global leadership depth bonus. So it's just another reason to get to those 2 levels. The last piece I'm going to mention on the compensation plan is the equity participation. All right? Don't know any other company, to my knowledge, that does this, other than in some kind of a special circumstance. All right? But once you reach certain levels inside the Limu comp plan, all right, 500K is our golden number. You get to then participate and have the ability to become an owner of the Limu company. Gary and the leadership have taken a percentage of the company, they set it aside, and for everybody that gets to that 500K, they have the opportunity to participate as a owner in this company. Not one of those special deals. Anybody can get there. And so what does that mean to you sitting in a room? I mean, it's the same thing if you were in corporate America. Ownership participation in a company means if anything happens in the company, if they raise equity, if they do a transaction, if they do a deal, if there's a transition or a transfer of ownership, you're going to get the opportunity to participate in that by being an owner. Okay? So that kind of covers all the pieces of the comp plan. Here's where the magic starts. This is the most important part of the deal. Like what I told you before, all of those pieces are just percentages, guys. None of them mean anything unless what's happening? Growing your business, unless you're growing your business. There is one, let me back up and just tell you one other piece that I did miss, and I always forget to cover this. There is another part of the leadership development bonus that works like this. You're going to get paid inside of our comp plan. Once you become 100K, you're going to get paid 5% on that residual income. But there is also an unlimited, that pays unlimited or to infinite levels. Okay? So on your first, I believe it's 8 levels, and let me just make sure that I don't tell you something that's wrong. 8 levels, you're getting paid 5%. Then from 5% on, or from 8 levels on, you're going to have the ability to earn 3% to unlimited depths. Everybody kind of understand that? Until there is another 100K promoted in this lineage. So for example, 8 levels down, you're getting paid 5%. If you went 4 more levels down, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you promoted another 100K. The reason that we do this, again, it creates behavior. Why? I want to help as many people get to 100K. Now all of a sudden, my unilevel part of this piece goes to 5%, down to their 8th level, then back to 3%. Okay? So there's a reason there inside of leadership. Again, all about driving the behavior of the leaders. So if I can increase my payout by helping promote somebody, that's what I'm going to do.